Zodiac energy reading for Virgo for the month of November. I'm going to go ahead and relax here, get tuned in, and we will see what the message is for all of you. Okay. Everything is still. I mean, it's all very, very still. Almost purposefully, very still. So I'm standing and I'm not moving. But it's in a way that I'm being silent, almost like, is somebody hunting me? Is there a reason why I'm choosing to be silent and not move, almost like I'm an animal? Not making any sound. It's not like I'm still because I am stuck. There's none of that. I am still because I am simply still. It doesn't feel like there's any threat either. There's just a need to be still. And it feels oddly pleasant to just not move. Feels nice. The stillness is starting to remind me of meditation in a way. Being still within yourself. At first, it seems like, the ego is trying to find an explanation for why it has to be so still. And it's not stuck. It's not danger. It's nothing. But simply choosing to be still. Can't you just simply choose to be still without your ego getting in the way to judge that choice? And we need to define it as meditation. We need to define it as something. It can't just be still. That's weird. But actually, it just simply is still. Is it possible that, Virgo, you're entering into a time where you feel stillness, or you want to just be still in life? And it could take a little bit of adjustment for a few days and weeks in November to just allow yourself to simply be still without your mind judging you or getting in the way, like, there's got to be something wrong with me. It's interesting because it doesn't feel exactly like meditation either. It just feels like I'm clearing my mind. There's no thought, there's nothing to feel, there's nothing to think. There's just a stillness. And it's actually enhancing your connection with your higher self. It's getting out of the way of the human world, of the ego, of all of that 3D stuff. Okay. It also feels like a major energy download. Those are kind of silent moments. It's like an energy download can be a very silent event, but it can inspire you to choose to be more still in order to receive it fully. And you could just, on the conscious level, just feel like just sitting in your chair and staring off into space. For a little bit there, it felt a bit frictiony, like, when is this stillness going to stop? When can I just go back to being myself again? Only to return to a comfort with the stillness. And now I feel, Virgo, you've aligned with stillness. There's no ego, there's no judgment, there's no dis- friction with it, there's no fighting with it, there's just allowing it. And there's a contentment within your heart. within your soul even, and there's a connection with your higher self that is an amplifying. It's enhancing. It's nice. They're showing me on the other side of the stillness, once it becomes embraced and comfortable, there's an emotional release. It feels like there's a persona of yourself that has been waiting patiently to literally enter into the doorway of yourself so it could release. And it comes out in the form of tears. And it's so surreal, but it's a part of your own soul that's returning to you. And through you and the stillness and the link with your higher self is healing from within and returning to source. It's really interesting. And I feel that that soul stays with source for a time and heals with source energy. It just see it sort of filling with more and more golden light. And I feel that when this part of your soul does this, it feels like a couple days a little bit feeling a little emptier than usual. But this soul is actually going to return to you so much brighter, which on the other side of this process, you yourself are going to go through a major upgrade. And it's going to be as silent as ever, as still as ever. And it's going to go through a few different shifts, some strange emotional rifts, acceptance with the stillness. Now there's this part of you returning emotion, returning to the higher self. Like it seems to have some dynamic changes to it, but the whole concept is the stillness. This is very much so on a higher dimensional dynamic than the 3D experience. It's definitely this energy vibe is tuned into a higher dimensional experience. Like it's outside of our earth plane, but it seems to be experienced on our earth plane as well. Hmm. Interesting. Hmm. So I'm just going to return to myself here. Hmm. All right, thank you all so much for watching. If any of you are interested in exploring a psychic session with me, please visit me at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. I also have two other YouTube channels, so you can check me out at Abbey Normal and Abbey Psychic Services. I'm also on Patreon at patreon.com/Abbey Normal's Wisdom Quest. All right, thank you all so much for watching and have a really great rest of your November.